Alright guys, on to Opus 60 number 10. All of my students know how much I love Fernando Sor's music. This is a great etude. I really encourage everyone to learn this one. It's a lot of fun, and it's got a little more acrobatic type of quality, more of an acrobatic type of quality than the last two, which the last two I really like as well. So, I mean, it's all good, but this one will move a little bit quicker and have a little bit more flashiness to it. And you'll get more of that as we progress through Opus 60. So first thing I want to point out here, we're in common time yet again. However, this time we're starting on the 4. You see this is a pickup measure. And you'll see the last measure of this section. We have an A and a B section. The last measure is missing that 4th beat. Right? So everything's going to be offset. And you'll hear, you know, that the story behind the music here, you know, you're always looking for that kind of feeling and the story behind the music. It was really the fact that it starts on the 4, because we get this cool 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and, right? So the 4 is always kind of going to be leading us in on this piece. Aside from that, let me adjust my light a little bit here. Aside from that, we're in C major. Last one was in C. Last couple ones were in C major. And we will be sticking mostly, or not mostly, we will be sticking entirely into the first position. So let's start going through how to play this, and I'll kind of name off the chord structure as we go. Of course, if you want to know more about the chord structure, check out my music theory video. Okay, guys. So we're starting on the 4, so we get 4. That's an open G, and I just get that with my index. And then I grab the G on the high E, and then 1st fret of the B for the C, so that's ring, middle, and then I go open E for my ring, and then index for open G, middle finger for that C again, and I'm going to use my thumb for this E, index for my open G, and thumb for the C, 3rd fret of the A. And then we're going to do thumb twice in a row to go to this B. So this is an arpeggiation of our C major chord, and it's counted. We have quarter note followed by 8th note, so we go 4, 1 and 2 and, right, so 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So after that, we're going to be arpeggiating a G7 chord. That's G, B, D, F, or G7. We're getting G, and then index for open D, middle for open G, and then ring for our open B, and then middle for that 3rd fret of the B, and ring for the 1st fret of the high E. So we have bum, 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 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And what happens is we arpeggiate a C major chord next, but it's down and then up, so we get 1 and 2 and 3. So we get open E, 1st of the B, G, so that's A, M, I, and then thumb, E, 2nd of the D, and our C, 3rd of the A with the thumbs. That's 2 quick thumbs, and then we get open G, C, E, and then you can use your pinky to slur off from the 3rd fret to the open string, back to an open G, which you're going to get with your middle finger, and then your index for an open D, and your thumb for the 3rd fret of the low E for a G, and then open G. So we get 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right, so next we're going to be arpeggiating through the C major chord. Again, you can get this score on the IMSLP. Great free resource. It looks like the copy that was scanned in has a little smudge there on this C, but it is a C. It's just a smudge, so that's on the scanned in score. These scores, by the way, are public domain, so as long as you are giving IMSLP their due credit, then you can use them, you can download them, you can play from them, and there is more than enough music to last you a lifetime there. Okay, guys, so we're going to be doing the same thing as the opening, except on that D and F, we're going to be putting an open G in between them. So we get D, G, F, it's the same thing. So we have 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and, right? So we're getting that open G in between, and that is a G7 chord, an arpeggiation of it. Then we get open E, C, so that's ring, middle, and then thumb is low E, index for open G. We got F, first of the E, second of the G, and then we're going to get third G, that's the third fret of the low E for our G, open B, and then we're going to get third fret of the A for our C, another first fret of the B for the C, and then we have our second fret of the E for the second fret of the D for the E, and our open G and the C again. So we get 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3. So you repeat that section, and after that you're going to move on to section B. So let's take a look at section B. Here, we're seeing some similar ideas to the etudes from Opus 60. Remember, I'm putting up all of Opus 60 on this channel, so check out the lessons leading up to this one because you see some really cool similarities in the chord progressions they're using here. All right, so we're going to an A7 chord, and then a D minor, and then we'll be moving across the fretboard in what are called tenths, and we'll get to what a tenth is and all of that. Let's kind of walk through how to play this. We get our open G and another G, and then you're going to slur off to the open E, and then get a C sharp, E, A, C sharp, right? So we had dum, da, 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 bum, bum. So that's an open A, and third fret of the high E for that G, and using thumb and ring here. And then we're going to hold this G over and hit an open D and get our F, E, F, D. Right, so this is an A7 to a D minor chord. And he's just kind of decorating, right? So that's just that E is a neighbor note to the D minor because we have our D minor, right? So you can, right? So these chord progressions, you could actually imagine kind of the Rolling Stones using that. I believe they did for Paint It Black. So anyways, what we do after that is we're going to be moving in tenths. So tenth is a major third plus an octave. If that sounds confusing to you, I'm not going to go into this video for the sake of time. I have a full hour music theory video on my channel. It's one of the most popular ones on the internet for a reason, so check it out. Okay guys, so B and D, that's our minor third. I know, my apologies, it doesn't have to be major, it's just thirds separated by an octave. So we have B and D, C and E, and then we get E and G, D and F, C and E, B and D, and then we're going to get an A and C at the same time, the F sharp giving us a D7, and then our G, so we have G, open B and G, right? So we're doing thumb and index or thumb and middle, just thumb and another finger, and then we're moving into this, right? And then we're going to get an F natural, so we got a quick pop. Sorry, there's a thunderstorm rolling in. I'll try to wrap this up. A quick staccato G, and then we have F, open G, and then we're going to go to low E for the next line. So we have 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Right? So next we're going into a C major chord with the low E in the bass. So we have low E, G, C, first of the B, open E, and up to G here, and you're going to hit that for 3 and 4. And so we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we're going to grab our F natural, right? Our F natural, and then we're going to grab an A here, a B natural, C sharp, E, and D, right? So that's kind of a bum, 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 right? So that C sharp to E is creating that kind of A sound, but we've got this low F down there. So the C sharp really wants to move to a D because it's augmented from this F, right? And then we're going to get a 1 and 2nd inversion, which is our C major chord, the low G, 3rd fret of the low E, open G, 1st fret of the B for the C, and the open high E. Then we get to hit that G again, then we got 3rd fret of the B, 1st fret of the high E, open B, thumb, 1st fret of the B, open G, open high E, and then low C. Now on this score, that last low C should be a quarter note because we have that quarter note pickup measure there. But the ending we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, oops, sorry, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let me do that again, sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, right? So that should cover the whole piece here. So guys, don't forget to check out Music Theory in One Lesson on Amazon. That's a good way to support me. I am now actually monetizing this channel through YouTube, so my website is going to be free, but I got to get on there and do some work on it, so there's going to be some construction before then and now. However, musicandguitarlessons.com is my website, so you can check out some content there, and you can always join the Fretboard Dojo, which is just something to help support me and then keep these videos coming out. This channel really is a hobby of mine, so I'm in it for life. I'm going to try and keep lessons going. It is not my main form of income, but I do appreciate any donations. Also, please donate to the IMSLP. All right, guys, have a good one.